we've been teaching large bodies of students for decades, so that's not something new. And people have been teaching online for decades. People have been teaching, the combination of registered students and students from external environments and bringing in experts and guest lectures and kind of mixing up the class in online spaces for years as well. I think what's catching on now is that MOOC label, which came up in 2008 in a course taught in Canada when they originally opened up a 4-credit course to open enrollment. Anybody could participate, not for credit. And we're surprised to find several hundred, up to, I think, ended up with 2,000 students in the course. So they came up with the title MOOC for Massively Open Online Course. I think the early open courseware initiatives and a lot of the open educational resources movement has been pushing in that direction. And being a part of that, there's been a lack of ability to find out what's happening to the resources that we're creating. So we'll create something shareable content, shareable, instructional materials, things like that, put it someplace where everyone can access it, but we're not able to track where that's going. So a lot of people can adopt it. That's being used in lots of places. But I think it really took getting some big name organizations, getting MIT, getting Harvard, getting even commercial organizations around using the marketing and promotion ability that they have, putting a name, branding things to really get it out there and make it something that people are more aware of. I think there's still a lot that we need to find out about it. Certainly it's opening up access to people who potentially haven't been able to get that type of learning before, but we also know that information is not scarce. Almost everything that's being taught in these courses can be learned in other ways for free out there somewhere. So I think we're in the early stages of learning what value there is in this especially for the institutions. Well, I think we're looking at a lot of expansion in technology startups into the educational space. So I don't think it's unusual for people to see investment in that area as something that's going to be valuable in the long run. I think people are taking a lot of risks in investing in educational technology, hoping that there really is payoff in these potentially billions of students, that they find some way to market to them, whether it's through open APIs and external services and apps marketplace, recommendation engines to add on to the educational experience. So I think there's opportunity for lots of different organizations partnering, the academic side with the corporate side. There's all kinds of things going on there. So I think there are people who are taking risks, throwing money at education right now, hoping that there's something that's going to come out of that of value. I think there are downsides for a lot of people because change management is hard, and there's a lot of risks involved, and there are people who are just not interested in this type of change. But I've been in online education for 12 years or so, and we can no longer say, okay, we're just going to wait for these people to retire and we're not going to deal with them. We need to be able to address everybody. There's not this digital native or the millennials, and we're not addressing one individual audience. We've got to find platforms that help us all work together and learn together. So I think that there's going to be hesitance, there's going to be risk, there's going to be people this doesn't work for. I don't like to see institutions just jumping in and thinking this is the solution to one problem that they're having, especially when they're thinking it's a solution to a financial problem, because it is going to be a significant investment. Even when people just come to me for help with putting a course online or a program online, or an administrator says, okay, we're going to put 20% of our courses online in the next year, there's such a strong commitment to resources that has to be made in order to do that. And so to have people jump in this quickly without identifying, those potential changes, it's going to be a challenge.